What's up guys, welcome back. If you've been on the internet the last 2 weeks, I'm sure you've seen this viral Chipotle Quesadilla. I got a lot of requests to show you guys how to recreate this at home, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do today. In my opinion, there's nothing better than a homemade quesadilla, especially with freshly cooked steak, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make that Chipotle vinaigrette. But before we get into the recipe, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, people, it's only right. If I'm gonna recreate this, I gotta at least give it a taste test. Plus, it's about lunchtime right now. The cheese is kind of sticking. Looks decent overall. One thing I wanna call out, look at this tiny amount of vinaigrette they give you. That's ridiculous. Don't worry though, I'm gonna show you guys how to make it at home. For what I'm seeing in all the viral videos, you gotta throw a little sour cream in here and give it a mix for our dipping sauce. So let's say we go on with a tablespoon or so of that. Give that a shake. And get in there for the taste test and see what we got. Now, one thing I'll say, I think that it's always better to make stuff at home because what I find with eating out is a lot of times it's inconsistent. You might got a Chipotle in your neighborhood that's delicious, and then you go to another one and it's terrible. So you can save yourself some money and make sure that it's nice and consistent. But let me stop running my mouth. All right guys, so that one was a little bit better than the one I had yesterday, and that goes back to my point about consistency. But have no fear, I'm gonna show you guys how to make this happen consistently at home. All right guys, meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. First things first, let's take a look at these ingredients. Today we're using sirloin steak, mostly because that's what was on sale. I suggest you do the same with the price of groceries right now, but you can grab a ribeye or a filet, whatever you wanna get. We also have the fajita veggies, which is onions and bell peppers, followed by some chipotle peppers and adobo. We're only using 2 peppers, but if you like it extra spicy, you can use the whole can. We've got some ground oregano. If you can't find that, you can use Italian seasoning in place of that. We also have some honey, some red wine vinegar, olive oil, garlic paste, and of course a little all-purpose seasoning. All right guys, so as you can see, we have our sirloin steak on a plate. That's how we're gonna season them. I bring it out of the fridge a few minutes before it's time to cook. That way it cooks more evenly because it's not ice cold. All right guys, so we're gonna hit this with some kosher salt first. Anytime you're shopping for a steak, you wanna see those white lines of fat. Fat equals flavor when we're talking about steak. Nice application of kosher salt followed by my all-purpose seasoning. We'll get this in a screaming hot skillet. Can't go wrong.
And this episode is sponsored by HelloFresh. You've got New Year's goals and HelloFresh is here to help you achieve them. Skip the grocery store and take control of your time and budget with delicious recipes delivered right to your door. HelloFresh's Festive Fare collection features limited time recipes made with seasonal produce and premium proteins. Get out of the post-holiday slump with these elevated winter classics. We all want to save a little money this time of year, but did you know that HelloFresh helps you save money all year round? In fact, HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% cheaper than takeout. If you're looking for an easy way to eat well and save money, then this is perfect for you. You can cut back on expensive takeout and delivery and get started with HelloFresh. You'll love how fast, easy, and affordable it is to whip up a restaurant quality meal right in your own kitchen. I couldn't be happier with how convenient HelloFresh is for me and my family, and I think you'll like it too. So go to HelloFresh.com and use the code MrMakeItHappen21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com, code MrMakeItHappen21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping.
Next up, my friends, I'm gonna show you guys how to make Chipotle's vinaigrette. You're gonna be super surprised at how easy this is. We're gonna get the party started with that red wine vinegar, 1/3 cup of that, and then 3/4 cup of olive oil. Quick reminder, guys, that all the specific measurements and ingredients for these recipes can be found in the description box below. We're also now putting them on the website, MrMakeItHappen.com. Now here are those Chipotle peppers and adobo. I'm kind of a punk when it comes to spice, so I'm only using 2 peppers and a little bit of sauce from the jar. But you can do your thing. 1 tablespoon of garlic paste. We're gonna eyeball that. Can't ever have too much garlic unless you're about to go on a hot date. Teaspoon or so of your dried oregano. And then season to taste with salt and pepper or your favorite all-purpose seasoning, which I hope is mine. And then last but not least, we're gonna sweeten up the situation with about 4 to 5 tablespoons of honey. Now, as you can see, I'm doing this in a mason jar, and that's my preferred way to do this because then I can just seal it up, pop it in the fridge, and it'll last you at least a week. We're gonna blend this up with my immersion blender, but you can use a regular blender. Whatever you got at home will work fine. A little early taste test. That's gonna be good on shrimp, chicken, salad dressing, whatever you wanna use. Can't go wrong with this one. All right, guys, so now it's time to cook our steak. We got our cast iron skillet preheating. We're gonna go ahead and place these steaks into the cast iron skillet with some avocado oil. The goal here is to get a good sear, and the way to do that is to force the steak to make maximum surface area contact with that skillet. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. So once your cast iron skillet's nice and hot, we're going in with some avocado oil. I like to use that because it has a high smoke point, just enough to coat the bottom of the skillet. You're gonna place those steaks right on in there. So again, guys, the key here is to make sure those steaks get a nice crust. I'm gonna cheat a little bit and use this heavy, smaller cast iron skillet to press down and force those steaks to get friendly with that cast iron. All right, guys, so once we've achieved the perfect sear, we're gonna add a little bit more flavor to the situation by adding butter. Remember, guys, butter makes everything better. We're gonna let that butter melt and baste these steaks, then pop them in the oven at 400 degrees until they reach our desired internal temperature, which for me is around medium, medium rare. All right, so I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. I'm gonna take these steaks out and place them on a baking sheet and pop them in that oven. The veggies are gonna get cooked right in that skillet. Real simple seasoning here, guys. Just a little all-purpose or salt and pepper. Plenty of flavor in there left from the steak. Just wanna get them nice and tender. Not gonna take long at all. All right, guys, always important to allow your steak or whatever meat you're cooking to rest a few minutes before you slice into it. We're gonna go ahead and get us some slices, but first I just wanna show you that beautiful steak. If you like yours well done, save some money and eat beef jerky, or complain about it in the comments section. I'll be reading them. We're gonna go ahead and make some slices. You can slice these as thin as you want, but I'm gonna cut them up, relatively small since they're going in a quesadilla. You can do a couple extra and make some meal prep steaks as well. This is how I like mine. All right, so when I make my quesadillas, I like to melt a little butter first. Go in with a softened tortilla. We're gonna go down with some cheese, whatever cheese you like. Use a mozzarella, sharp cheddar, Colby Jack, pepper jack, whatever floats your boat. We're gonna go down with some of that perfectly cooked steak. Oh man. Let me know when you see Chipotle pull it off like this. Some veggies for health. And some more cheese, because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and add in our sour cream, just like I see on the internet. But once the internet taught me something good. So we give that a mix to incorporate. Let me know in the comments, guys, which one of these quesadillas look better. Cast your vote below. Now, to be fair, this has been sitting here for about 30 minutes. So, You know, not the most fair comparison, but overall, I think I might have got them beat. Overall, I think I might have got them beat. At least with visual, at least with presentation. Now, my friends, for the moment of truth to really get in there for the taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. I guess it's the part where I say, brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. Look at that, my friends. Plenty of delicious steak in there. Lots of cheese and veggies as well. My low carb folks could throw this on a low carb tortilla and not feel too guilty. I can't wait any longer. You ready? I am. Moment of truth. I won't drop this, but I will drop that. Before we get into that, blah, blah, blah. Especially with this delicious freshly cooked steak. What did I say I was gonna say after that? Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well.